97.1 Wadsworth Community Radio, and of course, it's you're talking. It's going to be Christmas time here in the city, coming up on Friday evening with the Holiday Magic on Main, which is typically the candlelight walk event or whatever. But not only is it Christmas time in the city, this time of the year, it's Clapper time in Wadsworth here, and so we have Joanna Perino from WCTV on this morning talking about the Clapper Awards, which will be coming up tonight. Good morning.
Good morning, Tom and Joe.
Well, we appreciate you being on here with us this morning, and I know we want to promote it a little different here today because, again,
awards are a little different.
Right,
this
the
year,
awards are going to be a little different this year too because you're going to be going virtual again, correct?
Correct. Yes. Last year we were doing it virtual as well due to COVID, and just with the uncertainty of what this year was going to hold or this fall, we decided to do it virtually again. So we will be presenting the awards tonight at 7 p.m., and people can watch from the comfort of their own home on their television or their mobile devices, their phones. So they can watch on WCTV Channel 17 on CityLink or WCTV Channel 1024 on Spectrum or on watchwctv.com. And if you go to that page on the top of the screen, our 3 channels are live streamed. So you just click on that government channel live channel at 7 p.m., and you will watch that as well. They can also watch it on our Facebook page, too. So it'll be, yes.
No, what I was going to say is, how long have the Clappers, what's the history of the Clappers? Do you know?
So, yes, the Clapper Awards started, the first one was in 1991, so this is our 31st year for having the Clapper Awards. I came in 1992, so I only missed the first one.
All right. You're a veteran of the Clappers, yeah.
So this will be my 30th year of coordinating these and presenting them. So it's pretty exciting. I can't believe it's been around this long. So people love it, though.
And what are you giving away in the when you're talking about awards, Joanna? What best host, best commercial? Talk about that.
Well, we have 17 categories this year. We actually added one. So we have a couple categories for the schools. We have best school event, best look into our schools, best school performance. We have a youth production, so that could be something that was either produced by a youth or, a youth program. Like, let's see, one of the nominees was like Story Time from the Wadsworth Public Library. So something that the kids would like. Let's see, we have best documentary. We have 2 categories for our worship services and churches. We have best religious message, best public awareness, promotional, special event. We have best sports and recreation, which is more of a not a sports event coverage, but more of just a sports related, maybe a talk show or and some sort of a show on a sports subject. And then we have, which we added this year, is best sports coverage, because we have had so many parents this year. We had a great group of parents that produced the high school sports that we don't do. We do varsity football, we do JV and varsity girls and boys basketball, but the other sports, we're a very small staff. We don't have the manpower to go out and do every sport. So I've recruited these parents, and thank God for them. They have done an amazing job this year. But they have covered our soccer, volleyball, lacrosse, and then this year we actually had bowling covered. So Jason Sollers, the owner of Colony Bowl, that's where the bowling team competes. He actually grabbed one of our cameras and kept it the whole season and recorded all their matches at Colony Bowl with an announcer. So really good coverage of our sports events. So we had to add a category this year for best sports coverage. And then we have best instructional, informational, talk show, entertainment. We give some special awards like the Host with the Most Award, which is highly coveted. Last year, the Host with the Most was Roger Wright, and he actually will be presenting this year's award. And then we give away milestone awards for producers that have produced many programs, 100 or more in increments of 100. So we have a couple of those to give away. And then we also give away Diamond, Platinum, and Golden Disc Awards. And those are awarded to the producers that have programs that have had the most views on our online site, which is watchwctv.com. So we probably are going to give away close to 70 to 80 awards tonight. All in all, we have a Clapper Award, which is the first place in each category, and then we have a runner-up, a certificate, and an honorable mention certificate in each category.
Joanna, the winners are decided by who?
Yeah, what's the whole process that leads somebody from walking out of the studio, producing a show, and to receiving an award tonight? How do they get there?
Well, the best part is when people do come in to create a show and they do leave, they sometimes turn around and say, "Do you think this is Clapper-worthy?"
Is this Clapper-worthy?
So that's great. I love that. So this is how it works. So in August, we start accepting nominations, and really, you can nominate a show any time of the year. There's a link on our website that you can click on and nominate a show that you like or one that you've produced. So in August, I send something out, and I start social media posts and advertising that we're accepting nominations. So anyone can nominate, even the producers. We close those nominations in the middle of September, and then I come up with, I physically go through and look at just about every show that's been produced here. So I go through, I take out the ones, obviously, that we've done, like football and basketball and the city meetings and things like that. So this year we had 1,879 programs produced in the eligibility period, which is September 1st of 2020 through August 31st of 2021. Out of those, 1,681 were eligible. So that just shows you our community is producing this programming. It's not our staff. It's our community producing that. So then we come up with a ballot. So I go through all those shows, put them into categories, check on the nominees, make sure they all have audio, video, those kinds of things, and put those on a ballot. And then in October, the voting is open to anyone in the world because our programming is available anywhere in the world via watchwctv.com. Anyone in the world can also vote. So, and then in the same time period, I have a panel of media professionals. I've worked in television a long time. Before I came to WCTV, I worked for an ABC station in Akron, and I worked at Time Warner, so I have a lot of contacts in the media field. So every year I recruit a few of my media friends to be a judging panel for the programs, and these are people that they're not in Wadsworth, so they don't have a relationship with the producers or anything like that. So they're just looking at the programming, and then they judge it on quality. So that would be, how much they like the show, the production, the content, things like that. So that's the quality score. And then the online voting that also takes place in October through the ballot, that's the popularity score. So once those are all completed, those two scores are added together. I have a whole spreadsheet that I put the numbers in and comes up with the first, second, and third place in each category. So this year we received 3,261 completed ballots, which is really a good return. So that's kind of how it happens.
So that is a lot of work. Wow.
It is a lot of work. Yes, It is a lot of work. But, once we get the ballot created, and people start voting and the numbers come in, and I honestly, I don't even look at the results until the ballot is closed, because people always come in and ask me, am I winning? Am I in the lead? And I can honestly say I have no idea.
Well, and again, that kind of voting is no different voting in a regular election at the poll. I mean, you look at early results, sometimes it's nothing like the final, so it doesn't do any good to look till they're all in.
That is true. That is true. And, not necessarily the person that gets the most votes in the category ends up winning, because the judges may see things differently.
Right.
So that's why we have both of those criteria, so that it gives everybody kind of an even an even field. So it's a fun event.
Joanna, did they win a plaque? Did they win something else, or what are the spoils for the victors here?
So the Clapper Award winners in each category receive an award, and it's a clapboard, and it's made out of like a plexiglass. They were created by Miracle Awards in Akron, and so it looks like a clapboard, and then it has their nameplate on the bottom, and the name of the show and the producer and the episode, and it's etched. So it's not plexiglass, it is acrylic. It is an acrylic award. And then it's etched in with our logo and the year. So they're very, very nice.
And then I know your platinum, the disc awards. I mean, look like a disc. I mean, they're
Yes, they are bejeweled. I'll say they're bejeweled discs, diamond, platinum, and gold. I created them. I actually make those awards myself. I created them kind of to look like music music people that get their platinum albums and things like that. So that's kind of what it looks like. But it is a DVD that is encrusted in jewels.
Right.
Okay. You are there people who have Joanna won these kind of year after year after year? I mean, do you see new winners every year? How would you describe those who come up with the awards?
I would say this year we have a lot of new winners. Probably our most, probably the guys that have won the most awards are Polka Time Again. They have consistently throughout the years captured that best entertainment category. Roger Polk has been very successful in the shows that he's done. He does the paintball show. He does ticket trivia. He does his Let's Go Adventure series. John Grom and his panel of his discussion panel with Patty Haskins, Brian Lawbaugh, and Ron Chamberlain. That's called the Right and Left Show. So they have a civilized discussion of really hot topics. They've won the best informational for several years. You
got like Bruce on the Loose,
So Bruce on the Loose. This is I can't remember if he had come back yet last year. He's a nominee in several categories this year. So he does a weekly program called Bruce on the Loose, where he interviews, people of interest in Wadsworth and organizations. And yesterday he just interviewed Lori Wilkinson from the Suprema Senior Center about what's going on there and the cafe opening. He's done Habitat for Humanity. Robert Patrick with the city, the mayor, of course, on the Trail House. And so just anything that's going on in Wadsworth, he's in there and talking to the right people.
Okay, so Joanna, people look at this and think that you need to be some kind of media guru, something to get a show on WCTV. It's not necessarily that hard to be able to do, is it?
No, it's not. And anyone that lives in Wadsworth can come and use our facility and our resources, so our cameras, our lighting, our microphones, things like that, for free to produce their own program. So that's kind of where my position started when I was hired in 1992. My title was the facilitator and trainer. So back then, not everybody had a cell phone and a movie camera, cell phone movie camera now, in their back pocket. So people came to us and used our equipment, created shows, and they'd come with an idea, and I would kind of help them hash that out and train them on the equipment that they needed to produce their show, teach them to edit. So now everybody has a cell phone, and it takes fantastic pictures and video. So a lot of people are even creating their shows on their cell phones. But they are also welcome to come in and use our studio and sign out our video cameras, and we will help them every step of the way. We do, like I said, we were going to be at about 1,900 shows this year. So we are facilitating, 150 or more shows a month that are coming through here. And like I said, most of those, the majority are just done by producers that are not getting paid. They're volunteers, and they just came to me with an idea, and we helped them turn that into a program.
Yeah, Joanna, I got to tell you, I've been around as long as you have, not necessarily in the same vein, but it's like, boy, when you learned to do a program back in the 80s or even in the 70s, I mean, you learned. Mm-hmm. I mean, because there wasn't, there weren't, a computer or a cell phone to be able to do this. I mean, you learned, you worked hard, and just doesn't it seem to be, boy, these folks nowadays, they get a cell phone and all of a sudden they're doing shows. Doesn't that seem a little unfair to me?
Everybody's a producer, but we actually love it because, obviously we want the best quality programming, but being public access, we're a public, educational, and government access studio. To us, the message is the most important part. Being public access, this is, everyone's First Amendment right to freedom of speech. And so the important part is that they get their message out, and we give them an avenue to do that. So it may not be the best lighting, or it may not be the best audio all the time, but it gave them a chance to get out what they wanted to say. And, we welcome all programs. So it's just been a great I've been here I've been here 29 years. So, and it's different every day because we never know what kind of shows we're doing, and, it's just different every day, and I just love it. I've been very blessed.
All right, I think last question we have, Joanna, is you mentioned tonight at 7. It'll be on 17. If you miss it tonight, I know it's going to be on at some point again. If they miss it tonight, when will viewers be able to see it again?
So they can watch it on demand. So after it's on tonight, it'll also be posted online on watchwctv.com. So they can watch it on demand anytime. And then if they go to our website, which is wctv.wadsworthcity.com, and click on where you can watch WCTV, it'll give you the programming schedule for Channel 17, and then they'll see the days and times that they can watch the replay.
All right. Well, very good. Joanna, thanks again for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it. And I will say that this year I will miss taking pictures there because, again, it's a fun event obviously to do in person. It's like the Emmy Awards or whatever, and everybody that's there gets to learn about it's almost like last night. The Blue Tip committee gave out their monetary awards, and everybody that received something got up and got a chance to talk a little bit about their organization. Well, there's a lot of education involved in the Clapper. It was just neat being there, seeing all the different variety of programs, and kind of encouraging people to, even if you can't watch it live, to take a look at it, because there might be some budding producers out there that really could get encouraged to come up and do some shows.
Definitely, yes. And that's what I miss about being in person. And we always had a big, nice dinner. We rented a venue and had a nice dinner, and everybody attended, and it gave them their time in the in the spotlight. And that's what I miss. But hopefully next year we'll be back.
And I miss the Jersey mix too, but that's a different thing.
Santa might bring you some.
All right, there you go.
Anyways.
All right. Well, Joanna, thanks again for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it. Okay, take care,
guys.
Bye. 35 minutes after 8 o'clock on 97.1 Wadsworth Community Radio.